welcome to the channel, and welcome to, for the first time, somebody else who I'm going to play with. Where I basically try and teach my girlfriend how to play Warhammer. Maybe she'll like it, maybe she won't. I think we're about to find out. Okay, so hello.
Hi.
Have you played Warhammer before?
No, I have not.
What do you know about Warhammer?
Quite a lot, actually.
Oh, hello, expert.
I've been watching you paint these little goblins and critters and soldiers for about 4 years now.
Yeah.
And so I think I know quite a lot. I know that you've got to roll a dice.
Yeah.
And you've got to measure things.
Yeah.
It's violent.
Well, it's a board game. So
it's
in the sense,
conceptually violent.
It's conceptually violent, yeah.
And there's a lot of work done on sort of environment to
terrain we call it.
Help with the suspension of disbelief.
Oh, steady on, you know what I mean?
I think it's like chess.
It is like chess, yes.
But with goblins.
Yeah, chess with goblins. That's pretty good. Cool, they should put that on the box. So, first of all, I was going to basically show you the armies that I have. I have a few different ones. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about them and see if they sound like something you'd be interested in, okay?
They are bigger than this, the armies, aren't they?
Yeah, you can play with more after this. This is just like a character select screen like you have on a video game.
Like a buffet of goblins.
A buffet of goblins.
Okay. I thought this was one army. I get it now. Okay.
No. This is samples. You know, like little paint samples that you get when you're going to decorate a room.
So that's why they look different.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, I'm going to take you through now.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So, here we have what are called Tyranids, and these are little aliens. Well, some of them are big aliens. They always fall over.
Not gonna pick them. Am I?
Sorry.
Not gonna pick them.
You can if you want.
Over.
They've got you hate little eggy things, don't you?
Oh God, have they got the egg cluster thing going on? No,
yeah.
I can't look at that. It's disgusting. I think it makes me think about egg clusters hatching all over my face or something. It's disgusting. And they fall over, so I'm not picking them. They're horrible. I'm not sure about all this kind of. I'm not quite sure about the language I'm allowed to use to describe it, but there's something a little bit birthy about what's happening on top of this creature here.
Birthy? What do you mean?
These sort of like canals.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like something's going to come out of them.
Yeah.
I just don't really like looking at them.
You don't like, but would you not want to be them? Do you know what I mean?
No, because I have to handle them. However, these guys look expensive.
What do you mean? Because they're gold and shiny?
Shiny.
They are shiny.
Shiny.
Yes.
Style. I like that.
Yeah.
They've also got some fierce blades.
Yeah.
Here, I'm quite into that idea.
Yeah, these are
Necrons. What Necrons?
These are called Necrons. They are like death-bringing robots. Yeah. Sorry, my battle mat's actually coming off onto your clothes.
Oh, naughty.
Yeah, you can pick it up and have a look. What do you think?
Oh, hello. I didn't know there's this leg thing going on. So these confusing. So this one works in a sort of 360 degrees capacity.
I mean, they all do really.
Can't creep up on this one.
Can't creep up. They're very good in combat.
Frankly, wouldn't want to creep up on it. Have you seen what he's holding?
Exactly.
These are looking quite good. I like the gold. I like the fact that they look a bit classy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real touch of class there from the Necrons. Next up, we have Orcs.
Familiar with these ones.
Familiar. Didn't you start reading like Codex Orcs or something once a few weeks ago?
Yeah, that book.
How was that?
It was better than I expected, actually. There's some they like wallowing in the disgustingness of this group. I think whoever was writing that.
they like wallowing in the disgustingness.
Yeah, they're pretty vile.
Yeah.
And sort of basic. I got the sense.
Yeah.
Intelligence quite low.
Yeah.
But perhaps brute force strength and just the sheer love of combat and mayhem.
Yeah.
Like
Orcs. You also watched me build this, didn't you?
I did. I did a video on how I made
that. And next up, humanity. So here we have.
Is that what this army's called? Humanity?
No. Well, it's.
Can I have a look at this chap?
Yeah. You can pick up any you like.
He just looks a bit full of himself. I want to have a look at his face.
So basically, these are representatives of the Imperium of Man. Both armies. These are Space Marines.
I'm sorry, he just looks like he's shrunk, or like he's trying on his dad's costume.
Trying to put him down.
See where his head is.
He's trying on his dad's costume. Do you know what it is? I've never seen that before.
Is it happening with
Well,
all
it
of
really
them?
does.
The sunken kind of head thing?
No, that one doesn't have a head, really.
No, it's got a neck. Are they all just wearing their dad's battle costume?
Well, you tell me. Pick another one up and tell me what you
Look
think.
at you. Where are you? Oh yeah, it looks sinking into the neckline. However, they've got some. Oh, hello. Battle cry happening with him.
Yeah.
I mean, they look like they've got some confidence.
Yeah, the Space Marines, they're kind of the iconic.
These just look more dangerous. They're
Just
iconic.
like them, yeah. They're a bit more. They're the iconic kind of humans of the whole thing. You're getting battle mat on you.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Fine.
So and then finally we have what's called the Imperial Guard or Astra Militarum, and these are basically if you and I were fighting in this universe, we would just be like, you know, a person with a rubbish gun.
So they've got mustard cardigans on underneath all this, haven't they?
Yeah, mustard cardigans with battle
Do you know
mats.
what? From the back, they look a bit boring. I mean, let's have a look at these guys.
Yeah, some of them are a little bit unpainted as well.
They look a bit basic in the sense that they're sort of.
They have good
they're
tanks.
They're just people, aren't they?
They're just
with
people.
guns. I'm more about these.
Oh yeah, Necrons.
I want to be a gold killing robot with 360-degree fighting potential.
All right, cool.
With blue blades.
Right, so without further ado, then what I'll do is I'll get rid of all the other armies. The rejects, we'll call them. No good. I'll play as one of them, and I'll set you up with Necrons. So
Excellent.
that's what we'll do now.
Okay.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
So here is your Necron army. Many apologies to the sensitive viewers at home.
What?
Who have, that's a slightly unpainted model.
Which bit?
The base and the weapon. See, it's white. Anyway.
I thought that's because he was special. Right? Okay.
Yeah, it's he should have blue like the rest of them. Anyway, this is your little Necron force.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll take you through them and tell you what you've got. Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool. So he's the Overlord.
Oh yes, he is.
So he's the HQ for your army.
That's headquarters.
Yeah. So he's the boss basically.
Oh, okay.
He has in his hand. That's a very good close combat weapon. So if you get him in close, he'll probably do damage. Also, if you on his right hand, you see that little sort of diamond-looking thing.
Yeah.
That's called a tachyon arrow, and that can only be shot once per battle. It's very, very powerful. Apparently, in the lore and the fiction, it could shoot mountains in half. Okay.
Can I ask you a question though?
Yes.
Does that mean that if you're, I mean, you seem to have some sort of football team here, are behind this, like for example, they're there. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Can I shoot through that, take out your squad of football players?
If you have line of sight on any of them, then yes. But if you don't, then you don't.
But if I had line of sight, they wouldn't be behind a mountain.
Forget I said anything about
My
mountains.
question
I
is,
just
though,
said.
what's the point of it if I can't get the thing on the other side of the mountain?
Then you have to get yourself in a position where you have line of sight. Okay. I was just saying in the fiction that's how powerful his weapon is.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
I've already used him 3 or 4 times in battles, and I've never actually been able to destroy anything with it. It always, if it hits, it fails to wound whatever it hit. Yeah, I've basically failed to be successful at all with him. So it'll be quite funny if you.
I wish you told me this before I picked him. So he can only kill people when he's up close, and his big bad weapon doesn't work. What about this one?
These are very fast and very hitting.
I get that because they've got more legs
Yeah.
than me, and they've got like. They
Yeah.
look like they spin. Or
Yeah.
something.
So they're gonna do stuff when they get into close combat. Okay.
Oh, yep.
So you want to get them into close combat as quick as you can.
I'm interested in their motivations. Like, as a robot army, what motivates these guys?
Do you know what it is? I'm not entirely sure. They just want to kill everyone because they think they are the rightful owners of the universe. I'm not entirely sure what motivates Necrons. They just want to kill stuff.
Terrible facial injury on that one.
Yeah.
So we don't know why, but they want it.
Well, people viewing will want it. Will know why.
Okay.
But I don't.
Okay.
We don't. Yeah.
All right. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what motivates a Necron. So that's your army. I'm going to give you a little rundown of what I'm going to use, okay? Just so you know what you're coming up against.
Okay.
So these are Space Marines, or as you call them, a football team. They do look a bit like a football
They look
team,
like a
to be
football
honest.
team.
Yeah, many apologies. Some of it's unpainted. The helmets are unpainted. The what are they called? Where do you put your gun? A holster.
Holster.
Yeah, holsters unpainted, etc., etc. Helmets and things too. But I do have decals on them. So anyway, here we have some assaulty type Space Marines. Okay, so these are kind of close combat specialist Space Marines. And these are Outriders. These are quite shooty motorbikes, but they also can take a lot of hitting. But they are shooty, and they're a new unit, therefore a bit quite powerful.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I have more than you.
Yes.
Is that relevant? Is that better?
So things have different points values. Do you know what I mean? So if you had a tank, it might be worth 100 points. If you have a dude, it might be worth 10 points. Do you know what I mean? So in order to keep things balanced, things do have points value, but you don't really have to worry about that. I have deliberately taken a slightly weaker force, I think, just in order to not make this a horrendous experience for you.
Horrendous.
Yes.
Okay, that sort of vocabulary wasn't springing to mind when I came up here tonight. Right. Okay. Fine. I'm into it. Right. I'm just getting them set up. Can I move them around?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna explain the game to you a little bit first. So before you mentioned chess, yeah. So it is turn-based strategy like chess. And it's sort of divided up into in a chess, a player's turn is basically like movement, and then you move, and then I move. Do you know what I mean? So it's all movement. But in this game, you have movement, which is done in inches, and then you have shooting. Oh, little yawn. Little yawn.
Sorry. Yes.
So we have movement, which is done on the board, obviously, and then if you're in range, you can do shooting. If you have psychic abilities, you can do psychic abilities. No one has any psychic abilities, just to keep things simple. And then also hitting, charging and hitting is part of it. And then at the end of it, finding out if any of your dudes run away because they're scared.
Is that a thing?
Yes, morale is a thing.
So do we have sort of anything I can do to keep morale up? Sing songs?
Don't die. Sing songs.
Giving out certificates. Things
No,
that encourage.
You guys have actually really good morale, I think.
Because we're not living and we
I
don't
think so.
experience fear
Yes.
or moral ambiguity of any kind. Are yours human?
Yes.
Very, very, very...
Weak. The flesh is weak.
The flesh is weak. Also, yeah, the flesh is weak, but if you've got any sort of personal needs amongst that army there, it's going to take over perhaps from the greater good, the force.
I think that they have had personal needs bred out of them. Although...
So they're now animals.
No. So basically, you've overheard the Horus Heresy. They are actually...
Yeah.
So they are actually driven by their own like ego, aren't they? And like careerism, a lot of them. Football team, yeah. Totally. Hey, you're right, actually. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do what's called a roll-off. That's where we each take a dice each.
Does it matter what colour?
No, you can pick whatever you want. What is that? Orange. It's unusual. Very unusual choice. I'm going to go white. Very usual. And whoever... We're just going to do a very simple to the death, I think, across the table. So whoever rolls lowest is going to deploy first, okay?
At the same time?
Yeah. So I got lowest, so I'm going to deploy my troops first. So that's what I'm going to do now, okay? So you just said, since when is lowest the thing that won, which is valid.
Yeah.
And I explained that deploying first is actually a disadvantage because I'm basically setting up my shop, and then you can set up your shop to deal with what I've got.
And I can predict every move that you're going to make.
Exactly, basically.
Just completely vanquish you.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm going to deploy now. Sorry. So I have deployed, pretty basic, and I've just put this ruler there. So basically, we'll keep the deployments within like 6 inches of our table edge. So yeah, you can go and deploy. Do you know what I mean?
Do you mean arrange my little chaps?
Yes.
6 inches, right.
Deployment is arranging of little chaps.
So okay, so I want one of these guys over here because look, I mean I'm getting.
Oh, sorry, they have to stay in units. So these guys have to stay together within 2 inches of each other. They have to stay together within 2 inches of each other.
Right. Okay, so I can't mix them up.
You can do, but each unit of each type has to stay within its own sort of
right,
things.
I'm going to pop him back here until we know what's going on because I want to protect him.
Okay, so it would be probably wise to put him with them as well.
Sorry, this guy doesn't look great. He's got no sword.
I chopped him up for another video.
Well, is he there for morale? What's he doing?
He's just as good as the rest of them. He just hasn't got a gun.
He's got one arm missing.
Okay, so we are deployed. We just put that rock there because you said that it looked a bit like I was giving you like easy mode. Yeah, you want to play properly, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give
cool.
you a rock to go around.
Exactly. What kind of mastery of tactics are we going to need here? Okay, so a couple of things about your army first, and also just to tell you sort of some things about the game. So because they're robots and kind of a bit like Terminators, which I'm sure you're aware of, you know, the film Terminator.
Yep.
When they get killed, there's a chance that they can reanimate, okay? So they can come back to life, possibly, when they get killed, okay?
Okay.
Which is cool. They also have, they're part of like a dynasty. Basically, this robot race is divided up in different dynasties, and theirs lets them basically like move an extra 6 inches when they move, rather than rolling a dice to determine how many inches. Does that make any sense? Is that too much?
No, but it'll make sense when we do it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So basically, just to talk about dice. So when things happen in the game, there's basically some things are like dead certain, like how far someone can move, okay?
Right.
But other things aren't dead certain. So, for example, if I shoot at one of your units, it's not totally certain that they're even going to be able to connect the shots. Do you know what I mean? So then we use dice to determine whether that's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if the rules determine that something's going to be like 50-50, then you have to roll a 4 or more, because then, you know, it's like 1, 2, 3 is miss, 4, 5, 6 is a hit. Do you know what I mean? And if something's... Does that make any sense?
Kind of vaguely. I don't understand why you got 8 out of it, but anyway. I don't understand why 8 was the number.
When did I say it?
You said 50%, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Half of 8. You started talking about 4 being 50% of 8.
No, 4, 5, 6, sorry. 4 or more is...
Oh, I see. So it's more than 3. I see.
No, 4, 5 or 6. So...
Yeah, because 3 is 50% of the dice, isn't it? Dice
Yeah.
To 6.
Yeah, exactly. So you got...
Yeah,
one, yeah.
I get it.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay.
I thought you
Sorry.
said 4 like...
Okay.
I was confused by that. I thought you meant the dice had 8 sides, which is not true.
No, they just these ones have 6. I think some do have 8 now, but
Okay.
mostly like Dungeons and Dragons and things. So if something's 50-50, then it'll be a 4 up. If something's going to be like slightly better than 50-50, it'll be a 3 up. And if something's basically most likely going to happen, it'll be a 2 up.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's sounding a bit... Yeah, it'll work when we're playing. I'm sure I'll get it when you play.
Just to explain that better. So these are all the possible outcomes of a single dice, yeah?
Yep.
So if something's 50-50, then you would want to roll a 4 or more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So all of these 3 results will be,
Right.
a success,
sense.
and they will be a fail. However, some things like slightly more likely than 50-50, then it'll be a 3 or more. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So all these will...
Is that how they word it? Slightly more likely than 50-50?
No.
Okay, right.
No.
I mean,
That's
that
not
sounded
how it works.
vague.
Yeah. And if something's like basically a dead cert but might not actually happen, then it'll be a 2 or more.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Cool. So, what was I going to say? Right, let's roll off, and whoever goes highest gets to choose who goes first, and then I'll explain how the turns
Okay.
go. So, grab a dice. Oh, sorry. Do you roll? I got a 6. So, do you know what? I'm going to go first.
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
I just thought you had to go first if you...
No, you get to choose.
I get to choose.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're kind of falling on your sword already.
No, I want to shoot first so I can shoot your stuff.
You're telling
With
me
my
it's a
guns?
disadvantage earlier, but anyway.
No, deploying first is a disadvantage.
Is it?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then you can deploy to counter what I've got on the table.
It just seems so limited in what you could do with
That's just because we're doing a very small battle right now.
Oh, right, okay,
Yeah?
fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. I felt like I deployed at the same time as you, but maybe I wasn't listening. Right, let's do it.
The turn is divided into different parts that I was talking about before. There's movement, and then there's shooting, and then there's hitting, and then are we going to run away? Okay? So I'm going to stay still, and I'm going to actually just shoot. Okay?
Okay.
Right. So these guys are going to shoot at your infantry over there. Okay?
Right.
And then these bikes are going to shoot at your... These are called Scorpec destroyers. Okay?
Okay.
So first I'm going to do the infantry, and we need to check if they're in range. Their gun has a range of 18 inches. More yawning there. So these guys are in range. because that's 12, so yeah, 18 inches as well within range. So now these guys are quite good at shooting, so they're going to shoot their 5 guns, and they're going to hit on a 3 or more. You don't have to do anything here, I'm just shooting at you, okay? So sorry about this. So 3 or more hits, and so only 2 of them have hit. So now we're going to roll the wound. Oh, these, this is going to be 50-50 to wound, so I need 4 or more. One of them's got through. Now you get to make a save. Everyone gets an armor save.
Right.
So you get an armor save for one of your dudes, and you need 4.
Right.
Actually, 5 or more. Yeah. Okay. So basically, the shot ricochets off your armor,
Ding.
and all is well.
Right.
Now I'm going to move on to the Outriders and see what their shooting does. So I'm shooting. These guys get 2 shots each. My bikes into your Scorpic destroyers. There, they're going to be hitting on 3s. Lots of misses, actually. Only 2 hits, and I think that's going to wound them on 5s. One of them have a save of 4 or more,
1.
which you've failed, which means that one of your Scorpic destroyers loses a wound. Units have different amounts of wounds. That's how much damage they can take.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they have, I think, 3 each. So one of them's left to 2 wounds. So I'll leave a dice to mark that. Okay. That's basically all I can do this turn, which was actually quite ineffective. I only took 1 wound off a Scorpic destroyer. So now we're going to move on to your turn.
Right.
Okay. So now you're going to do movement first. So I'm going to tell you how far things can move, and then you're going to move them up.
Okay.
No dice yet.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
You're getting like, I just want to roll something. I've just told you how much things can move. So what you can either do is move their normal movement, which I've just told you, which is like 8 inches for them, and then there's a chance that you could charge into these bikes, which you really want to do.
Are you telling me to do that?
I suppose I am.
Yeah.
So yeah, you basically move everyone up the movement that I just told you. If you can remember them, I'll
I remember 864.
5. 865, I think.
865.
Yeah.
But,
Cool.
but you're telling me to move these
Yeah.
to get your bikes,
Yeah.
but you want to beat me?
I don't want to beat you.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay.
I want to illustrate the game to you.
Well, I was gonna charge anyway because that's the sort of thing that I would do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Cool. So let's do move. So you've done your movement.
Right.
Pretty tactical there. Can you take me through your thought processes?
Charge at the bikes.
Yeah.
Couldn't get on the rock because he can't move any further, so he's hiding behind the rock.
Yeah.
But he's having a look.
Yeah, he could probably shoot at the bikes actually if he wanted to.
He's not witless.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He's sent up these guys.
Yep.
Couldn't move as far.
Yeah.
But we're huddling together. There's
Yeah.
safety in numbers.
Yeah.
I also get the feeling I'm not allowed to separate them, going by the rules you earlier told me.
You could
I can't have
You can have them.
units.
No, I don't think you can.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Because they're very predictable. They're
Some-
just running around like in a mass.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are here dealing.
Yeah,
so
they
this-
can shoot if they want.
Really.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can shoot if he wants. They've got nothing to shoot with.
So they can't really do anything from there. They have to be like.
They
close.
after the shooting, they can see if they can get into chopping range.
Chopping range. Right,
Yes.
Okay. So I need to do something with 1, 2, or 3, or no, these or them.
You can do with both actually. So
I shoot both. Well, if I don't do that, I'm going to shoot.
all
both.
right, which unit do you want to shoot with first? Do you want to shoot with your one little dude?
Yeah,
with
one
his-
to go.
Okay,
I'm
so
going to show you how to use that little diamond thing.
I would love it if we actually worked. To be honest,
I bet it does.
I bet it does. Come on, let's have
Right,
some.
so I don't-
And are you ready? You just admiring.
I'm admiring
Okay,
him,
so
right, he's getting ready.
take 1 dice, and then on a 2 or more, you will successfully hit a bike. Okay.
It's a 2.
He's hit it, hasn't he? Okay, so get the dice again. Now you've got to see if you can wound.
Right, okay.
And it'll be again on a 2 or more.
4.
Happy days, so you've successfully wounded. So I actually don't get an armor save for this. So now my bike has a wounds characteristic of 3, I believe, which is kind of the same as your... Oh no, they got 4. So you're going to roll the dice now, and you on a 4 or more, you've taken all their wounds off, so you killed one.
Oh, no, on the floor. Hang on.
Oh.
6!
You've killed a bike.
Can I choose which one goes?
No, I get to choose, but nice try. Which one would you have chosen?
This one.
Why?
Because he's out of sight, really, of this. Oh, if he's
Whoa,
outside this guy,
that-
does that mean I can't kill him?
No, you could do, because it's that you take it from the unit.
Well, divide and conquer.
So,
Further away from them affects morale.
Okay. Do you know what it is? I'll take that one just why not? So yeah, well done. You have managed to kill something for the very first time on this channel with that weapon. So now you need to get 10 dice for your little dudes over here.
Oh, I'm still going?
Yeah. You get to shoot with all these guys now. So you're enjoying that, actually.
I like the sound of 10 dice.
I like you getting into it more. There's a bit less yawning now.
I feel like I've got an army.
That you're actually shooting. So you're going to hit, on a 3 or more. Whoa.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Happy days. That's pretty good shooting, actually. Right. So now get 7 dice, and you're going to be wounding on, I think, a 4 or more.
Right. Okay. That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 3.
3, okay. So now I get my armor saves. Cool. So on 3 dice, I need to now make armor saves to see if these shots ricochet off my armor. And your weapons have an armor penetration sort of characteristic. So on a 4 or more, these are armor saves. Okay.
Okay.
So 2 saved, 1 failed. These guys have 2 wounds each, and so they are left. One of them is
2
left
failed,
on
didn't they?
1 wound. No, it's 4 or more. I didn't actually roll that.
Oh, okay.
But nice try. See, fully getting competitive. Checking on my dice.
Rules.
Right, cool. So now you get to, if you want, declare. That was a shooting phase. Now you can declare a charge with your those guys.
Yeah.
So okay. So how you do a charge is you measure the distance, and these need to get within 1 inch to be able to hit. So that's what, 6. So on 2 dice. This will be the amount of... You need to basically get 6 or more in total on those 2 dice in order to successfully charge.
Try 9.
So now you get to move your bad boys.
Can we battle cry?
You can.
Right, he's a bit injured. Forgot about his injury dice.
Injury dice. Oh, he's got 6 wounds left.
He's got 2. Right.
So well done. So now we're going to move on to basically close combat and resolve to see what happens there.
What now? 3 dice?
No, it'll be more than that. Give me 2 seconds. First of all, we're going to do the guys with these, like, what they call thresh things, the little ones in each hand. So you've got, it gives them an extra attack, so it gives them 4 attacks each. So you've got 8 dice, and you're going to hit them on 3 or more.
Okay.
I like these dramatic dice rolls.
It's the closest I've been to Vegas in my entire life. Right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them that came out.
That was pretty good rolling then. That was like 50.
I think it was.
So you get 4 dice now.
Right, 1, 2, 3.
We're going to be wounding on a 4 or more, each of these.
1, 2, 3. 3 of them. I'm not lying.
Okay, that's good. Right, so now I've got to do my armor saves with jump has 3 dice. Very cool. So these have a -3 AP, so my 3-up saves become 6-ups. So that's probably not going to happen, is it? Right. So each of these is 2 wounds off. So, wow, this is going to be pretty hurting. So that's he starts on how many wounds? 4 wounds. So he's down. He's dead. And the last one is down to 2 wounds, which is a bit of a shame. So he's on half his wounds. You see what I mean about these guys being lethal? And the guy with actually the biggest, baddest weapon, big bad weapon, hasn't even hit yet. So now you're going to take 3 attacks.
Am I trouncing you?
You're on this flank. You're trouncing me. Yes.
Right. So 3. So I'm still working with these guys.
Yeah. So 3 attacks, and you're going to be hitting on 3s again. What, sorry?
I like these guys.
They're good, aren't they?
What are they called? Necro.
So the race is called Necrons, and that unit are Scorpec destroyers. Only one of them hit, actually. But you're going to be on 1 dice now.
Okay.
You're going to be wounding on 3 or more, and that's succeeded.
Have I killed the football player on the bike?
The football player on the bike. Yes, in fact you have.
You're
and
struggling.
this flank has absolutely fallen to pieces.
Hello, little football players.
I think you'll find that japes such as that are not within the rules of. It's a little bit. It's a little bit of mockery of what's happening there. Right, cool. Anyway, I'm glad you're yawning less now that you're killing things.
A lot. Now that you're not talking about the rules, I've woken up.
Right, cool. So now you get to do something which is called consolidating, which means if you want, because you've just won that combat,
Yeah.
you can actually move 3 inches. I think it's 3 inches in the direction of the nearest enemy.
Well, I think we know which direction that's going to be.
Are you going to opt to do that?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to do that then?
Does that make me especially vulnerable to attack from you because I'm closer to you?
Not really, no. It just makes it easier for you to get into combat.
Why
with me in
wouldn't I do it
future.
then?
Exactly.
Okay, let's do it.
Sometimes you don't want to for that reason though. But
you haven't proved particularly terrifying so far, so let's get closer.
3 inches.
So
I mean,
I've got
that
to-
was a generous 3 inches. I'll be
Well,
honest.
do you go from the middle of the circle?
from the
top
from the front edge to the front edge usually. So
So that was there.
yeah. So
there.
there you go. That's a bit more like it. Even then, that was a smidge generous. I'll be honest.
I mean, it's much
Yeah.
easier with chess, isn't there? Because
You don't have to measure each individual one. Usually, if you measure the first
So-
one and then use the rest as a
right.
guide.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Right. Well,
Cool.
we're bearing down on you. Be worried.
Thanks a lot. Cool. So that was turn 1. How do you think it went?
Do you know what I like about these turns?
What's that?
They're very, very long. So you get a lot done. So, do you know what I mean? Like, I thought it'd be like move a little fella and you move a fella.
Yeah.
But actually move an entire army, vanquish an entire motorcycle squad in a one go.
Yeah.
Captain's already done some dirty work,
Yes.
right? These little chaps haven't got started yet. One of them's falling over. They seem to have climbed on top of each other, which
Yeah.
is not how robots should behave. But I like the fact that basically I got to unleash a lot of mayhem in one sitting. A little bit concerned that the same is about to happen to me now, though.
I suppose we'll better find out, eh?
Let's find out.
Let's move on to turn 2 for the Space Marines. So, turn 2 for the Space Marines, and this is the first battle report that I've ever done against an actual human being on my channel. And guess what? It's not going very well. So, thanks for that. Right, so I'm not left with a lot of options. I've got these Assault Primoris Marines, and I'm basically going to have to charge these and try and have to kill these. Yeah, well, it's literally fighting talk. I can also shoot at them before I charge at them, so yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I might shoot a grenade in there and shoot and then charge and hit. What do you think about that?
Not worried in the slightest.
Mm-hmm.
3 legs, many blades.
Cool. So I'm going to shimmy and get in position. Okay, so I've basically lined up my little firing squad here. Yeah. Yeah, don't you forget. So the first thing I'm going to do is one of them is going to chuck a grenade and he's going to hit on a 3. And...
Such an anticlimax. Is that your turn finished?
No. That was... But that is 1/5 of my shooting finished.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. Well, that was a big failure. Right, so now we're going to do... what's it called? The shootings. He's going to shoot them with pistols on 3s. Pretty good, to be honest. I think this is going to wound them on a 5 up.
Have you failed to wound?
Yes. You've enjoyed it a bit more, aren't you? Right, okay. Here we go. What do you call it? So now I'm going to declare a charge, because that's basically all I can do, okay? So I need to get basically... Whoa! You know what I mean? When I need good dice, I don't need good dice. When I get good dice. Anyway, so here we are. I'm going to get these bad boys all up in your grill.
Okay, so
now, first of all, what were you saying?
I was going to just arrange them so that they were ready for hand-to-hand combat.
No, they're ready. Don't worry. They're ready. So now I'm going to roll and try and kill some of them, okay? You look a little bit concerned.
It seems a little immediate now.
You mean...
Well, you got 5 of them around? 3 of my men?
Hey, you didn't complain when you were absolutely smashing my bikes to pieces, eh?
The bikes didn't even move, didn't do anything.
Look how wronged you're feeling at the prospect of me counterattacking.
I hate losing. Right, okay.
Okay, so I've got all my attack dice ready. Actually, 1 second do they get... Okay, so we got all our attack dice here for the Blood Angels.
Blood Angels, is that what they're called?
That's the chapter that these Space Marines are from, the red ones, Blood Angels.
The juxtaposition of that language there.
There you go. I don't know what she's talking about. Save me. Anyway, I'm going to hit you on 3s. Uh-oh, drop one. Quite a few 3s there, what do you say?
Good job counting these, isn't it?
No. Okay, so many of these hit. These are going to be wounding on 5s. Only one of them is more than 5.
I mean, really.
Bones away, class. Bones away, class. You get 1 save of a 3 or more in order to see if your armor works.
Oh, I get to roll.
Yeah.
Don't I? Of course, my armor's going to work. I'm a robot. Oh no.
So one of these loses a wound. So there you go. But now...
Hang about, you chose which one loses a wound.
Yeah, you're right, to be honest. But it's always the same one that loses the wound. Do you know what I mean?
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have like all of them losing a wound each. You basically take it off the one that's on the lowest wounds.
Alright.
Yeah. What do you call it? Same. One of the mines is on 1 wound, isn't he? So you get a hit back now.
Oh, cool.
With
right.
many attacks.
Right, I'm going to go with these guys.
Okay. Do you want to do the big 1 hitty first, or
Yep.
do you want to do the many small hits, the 2 guys?
Oh, I see what you mean. I'll do the 1 big hitty first.
Okay, cool. So on 3 dice, you're going to be hitting my dudes on 3s.
Of which I've got 2.
Yeah, and then you're going to be wounding on 3s.
Of which I've got 2.
Nice. So I need 6 up. Oh, is this the big hitty?
Yeah.
So he does 3 damage. So the first hit that gets through kills my sergeant. I should put that wound on him. And the second one that gets through kills this guy. Is he laughing again? Okay. So now you get to do your many attacks with the other guys, and they get 4 attacks each, I believe. So you want to get 8 dice. Oh. So hitting on 3s.
Right.
That's lots of them. Yeah.
One of them didn't work out.
So take them, and then you're going to be wounding me also on 3s again. And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
wow. Okay, so on 5 dice, which I've got here, I basically need to roll 6s as armor saves. Okay.
Okay. Ooh.
None of them.
I get to roll 6s. That's hard.
What's yes, it is. So each of these does 2 wounds. So in the counter attack here, these guys have got 2 wounds each. So yeah, basically you have wiped out my entire squad
Have I won?
of Space Marines, and you have in turn 2 won this game of Warhammer 40,000. Do you know what's quite funny though? You did actually manage to kill something with him, which I've never managed to do.
So many firsts tonight.
Cool. So what do you think?
Well, I loved it, obviously.
Did you though?
Because yeah, I mean, it's once you get playing, it's interesting, I suppose. It was it's a bit quick.
Yeah, that was a very small battle. You have bigger ones.
I don't feel like do people think a lot when they make moves?
Yeah, you basically weigh up your options. Usually here there wasn't many options because it was so
Right.
simple. It was
Yeah.
literally like go across the table and kill.
I didn't feel like I was thinking very hard. I just felt like I was coming at you.
Yeah.
But you know.
Fair enough. There you go. You enjoyed it. It seemed like once you started actually hitting stuff and killing stuff.
Yeah. Like in most games.
Yeah. Cool. All right then.
Thank
Sweet.
you very much.
No worries. So that's been my first ever battle rep against another human being. Thanks for watching Peacetime Painting, and take care of yourselves.